Hello and welcome to another episode of Aloe and Ace podcast. I am the allosexual Skylar.
And I'm the asexual Jessie.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
It has been 6 months plus.
It has been so long, and I feel sort of bad, but sort of not bad.
I mean, we did talk about it in the last episode.
Right. Yes, we did. And we said what we said. And, things have just gotten crazier in the last 6 months. They didn't slow down.
Before we get too far into it, we want to address a couple things. First off, we want to thank everybody who has reached out over the last 6 months and have talked to us. It's been great to still be able to connect over text messages, phone calls, video calls, and other messages.
Yeah, we've still continued to get all of those, and we've had some amazing interactions with a lot of you.
And the other thing is, obviously, trigger warning that this is a sexual-based podcast where we talk about specifically asexuality and all that entails. And so we do oftentimes talk about sexual things, and we don't really touch too much on SA or suicide, but we will always make sure that we put any kind of trigger warnings in the show notes ahead of time. So if you want to pause and just see what it says there first, then continue on if you're comfortable with that. And if you're uncomfy, what should you do, Jessie?
You should take a break.
She's like,
I wasn't planning on you calling on me.
She's like, I don't remember.
It has been a long time. But you never know where our conversations are going to go. So that's why we always want to say that just in case. And also a friendly reminder that we are not professionals, everybody.
We are not at all professionals.
We're professionals at being ourselves, but we're not professionals in a therapist type sense. So please, please, please just know that these are our experiences that we talk about. And that's it.
That's all we can say.
That's all we can say.
And if you hear a baby in the background, well, spoiler alert.
We had our baby. So you might hear her a little bit, but I think she might fall asleep. So maybe not too much.
Yeah, so about 2.5 months ago, we had our baby Indy, baby number 7 to the family. So as a refresher, I had 3 kids and Jessie had 3 kids. And another refresher when Jessie almost died a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
And that made us thinking about, how our families can be combined together as siblings. And baby Indy was the answer.
Yep. So now we have a yours, mine, and ours.
And the kids love her so much.
One thing that surprised me is you never know how kids are going to react to such a big change, but it's really brought us together in such a unique way that we couldn't have seen before it was happening. And it's been really cool. But there has been a lot that's happened outside of us having Indy. Right, Skylar?
Yeah, and I believe that we will be
nothing. What?
It's right as rain. We will get into that. It's been 6 months, so I don't really know that we have a lesson of the week, if you will. I think that we'll just get into this episode. Maybe we should start off, though, saying maybe where we want to go in the future with this podcast.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. For me, we've always said that we wanted to be as genuine as possible, and that has meant recording when we felt that we should, and that has centered around asexuality and asexual things surfacing for me or for Skylar and us talking through those. And while those things do still happen, they don't happen as frequently since it's been, well, how long has it been now since I've known?
2 years, right? Or I don't even know.
I guess like 2.5 years now is what it's been. And so those hard things to work through are happening less and less, which is great. However, I still feel that there are a lot of relationship type things that do come up. And so moving forward, we plan on still recording when we feel that something has come up that's interesting to talk about and talk through. It may not always center exactly around asexuality or allosexuality. I don't think I've ever said allosexuality ever. But with that being said, you'll still be hearing an asexual's perspective on it and an allosexual's perspective on whatever may come up.
Well, and if you think about the fact that everyone that reaches out, or all the people probably who are listening that are in relationships, the whole point of them listening and trying things is to get to where they have a good relationship.
Right.
And so if we are then talking about...
Or where they figure out the path that they need to move forward.
Yeah,
and
sure.
It's the healthiest one possible, right?
Yeah, so us talking about relationships in general would be a good place after the first 32 episodes, I would say.
Yeah.
To get you to a place where hopefully you understand where you're wanting to go with the relationship, or if you're wanting to start out in a relationship and what that looks like moving forward.
Right. Yeah.
We've wanted to record this episode for quite some time, actually.
Yes, we have planned on recording this.
Probably for 5 months.
Would you say 5 months?
I would say
maybe 3 or 4
Well,
months.
I would say that there was the first thing, and then there was the second thing tied into it.
Yep, and then wham bam, a third thing happened.
Yeah.
And we're saying things because there have been a few larger things that have happened in the last 6 months regarding my asexuality and feelings surfacing and aha moments that we really wanted to talk about, but we just haven't had the chance with everything that's been going on. And with, the pregnancy, it just puts a new type of energy on it. But now I'm not pregnant and I'm going through postpartum feelings, which is also really interesting.
I don't think I even started my new job yet last time we recorded.
You might not have.
So I started a new job in May, and that was a change in our lives as well, just because I was at the previous place for almost 12 years. It was 11 years, 11 months. So it was a big change for me to make that decision to leave a company after 12 years and then to get another position somewhere else.
Right, but it's been a great change. It's been really stable, and he's really been enjoying it.
Yeah.
So that's been great. I've remained in therapy the entire time, usually meeting every week, unless something came up. And so that's continued this entire time. And before we get into it, is there anything else you want to...
I don't think so.
Touch on? Okay. Well, good. So the first couple of things have to do with therapy. And I know I've said this before many of times on the podcast, but therapy is wonderful. And everyone could use a bit of therapy, is what I say. And I think that even though I have come to a great place with my asexuality and my relationship, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't be in therapy as still.
I do want to throw an asterisk on that statement.
Okay, go ahead.
That not all therapists are good.
No.
Meaning therapy is good as long as your therapist is on your side and supports you and your orientation and your goals, and then it's good.
Yeah, you do have to shop around a bit sometimes for a therapist that fits you.
So don't be afraid to switch. If you get started with a therapist, and even if you've been there for a little while, but if you feel like they're not supporting you in where you need support, then by all means, you don't owe them anything to stay.
I think it's a really good idea to be quite sensitive, actually, with any feelings or vibes that you're getting from your therapist. And if it doesn't feel right, I don't think that you should stay with them, because you are talking, hopefully, about really sensitive things, and you should be able to open up completely to your therapist about what you're going through. So,
yep.
Yeah, I've continued to be in therapy, even though I've worked through a lot of things. Things still surface in really surprising in odd ways that I wouldn't expect. And it's just nice to talk to somebody. Sometimes it feels weird, like she should be my friend, and I feel like I want to know how her week was. But obviously, that's not happening. It's a little bit of a one-sided relationship. I feel like I am doing an ad for a therapy app or something. No, no, I just really like therapy with the right therapist.
Yeah.
So shout out to my therapist. She says she doesn't listen because, well, that would be kind of weird, but maybe she does. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the first aha that I had, and that has to do with trying to think through why it feels so alien to me when sex is happening. I just feel very odd, and it doesn't feel natural to me at all. And we hadn't been able to figure that out. And people would ask, well, what does it feel like? Why doesn't it feel natural? And I would never know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, because there's the argument that if something is feeling good, then you should be able to focus on it feeling good and just get over whatever uncomfortable stuff you may have.
Right. Which is a really interesting thing because physically, yeah, it can feel great. But you have this thing in your head called the brain that might say otherwise in a large way. And it was really bothering me that I didn't know why I felt so unnatural, especially when people would ask and they would say, well, doesn't it feel good? Well, yeah. Well, then shouldn't it be good? Well, that's why I feel weird. I feel like I'm different in a bad way or that something has been broken. So in therapy, in one of my sessions, we ended up discovering that I don't even know how we got on the track of discovering this. I think I was talking about something completely different, to be honest. And it was something that I felt very passionate about. And then when I started exploring when I feel passionate about things, which, if you know me, I am very in or very out. I'm very passionate about what I'm very passionate about. And I'm very dead to the things I'm not passionate about. So that led me to the conclusion, I think, so far it still matches. And this was, 4 or 5 months ago that this happened, that I don't feel anything. I don't feel passionate with sex at all. And that makes it incredibly uncomfortable because it's an intense thing that's happening. I wonder if it's intense for people that are having like a one night stand. It's still intense. It seems like it would still be really intense.
Well, I would imagine that in those situations, it could be even more intense because it's a stranger and it's just like this passionate type thing that happens.
Right. Yeah. So it seems like people feel that there's pretty intense emotions going on, whatever those emotions may be. And so my level of passion for the things that I really, really care about is really intense. And then I'm doing this intense thing and I feel nothing by it. And so it feels just wrong for me. And the way that I operate is a lot at a level 8 to 10, probably. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm having what's supposed to be this intense situation, interaction, and I feel nothing by it, I can't stand it. And I don't know why it feels violating. I haven't figured that out yet. But I feel really confident that because I am an incredibly passionate, intense person, I feel very abnormal having sex because of it. And it felt really, really good to figure that out. because it makes sense to me. I wish I understood more why it feels violating, even with someone that I trust more than anybody else. What are your thoughts on that?
I have a hard time understanding it because I don't have that same type of thing. But I do want to say that, a lot of people who do use that as, well, if it feels good, you should want to do it. Well, there's lots of things out there that feel good temporarily that you probably still shouldn't do. Like, there's some hardcore drugs out there that people get hooked to because it feels good. But I think nobody would recommend someone doing heroin or meth because it feels good.
Right.
So, and someone might go, well, that's extreme. Well, it's the argument around it. So just because something feels good doesn't mean that a person should then therefore just enjoy it.
Yeah. Sex feels very extreme to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like some nonchalant thing. I think my worst nightmare is probably a one-night stand.
Well, because even during the ethical non-monogamy phase of you figuring everything out, there was still build up. There was still the persona. You had to kick it into gear to, make it happen or whatever.
Right. I had to switch something on.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And I think, people probably are wondering, well, I know episode 31, it was about 7 months since we had sex. Well, it's now been 14-ish months.
14-ish months?
15. It'll be 15 months in a couple days.
Yeah, we celebrated. We celebrated our sexless year.
Our sexless year.
Our sexless anniversary. And that was really kind of odd because I didn't even realize that it had been a year. And I think we were taking a walk and Skylar was like, do you know it's our anniversary? It's our anniversary of what? Of not having sex. I'm like, oh, boy. I don't know how to feel about this. Ooh. I think I told you for a moment, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
Ow. I don't know how to feel. That this feels like painful to me a little bit. Just because I think the last time we touched on that, I was like,
no pun intended.
Yay. Yay. We don't have a sexless marriage because I can take it behind quickly. Not to be graphic, but that wasn't that bad, right? It's not like that though. I have really had no feelings and forgot that it's been now over a year.
It'll be interesting because obviously you were pregnant for a lot of that time.
Yeah.
So you haven't
a lot of it.
You haven't had ovulation, you haven't had any of those things come up, which
some pregnant women get quite
randy.
So it'll Jonesing for something.
So it'll be interesting when that starts happening again. If you're like, my body's betraying me again.
Yeah, and it does feel like that. It's very annoying. That's the best way to put it for me.
And time has flown. Like 15 months. That's a long time.
It's really, I can't believe it. And honestly, it feels like we had sex like last week to me in my head. Yeah. Because it's like, no, we just did that. We don't need to do that.
That's why your math was always off.
Seriously, though, probably.
You're like, it's been 10 minutes. I'm like, it's been.
You know what, though? To like just go over that a bit, that it feels so intense to me in the wrong way.
That it's memorable in a negative way to where it seems like it just happened.
It just happened, and it feels like the energy was just taken out of me for that. Does that hurt your feelings when I say that?
No, why would that hurt my feelings?
Well, because I'm sitting here saying it was memorable in all the wrong ways.
Well, we're not, if that's happening, it's not typically because you're wanting it to be memorable for yourself. it's because you've gotten to a place where you're like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And I actually had a conversation. I can't remember if it was like Reddit chat. It may have been Reddit chat. I talked to a person, presumably a male. I think it was a male. And I said, it's interesting because the first 13 years I had of marriage with my ex, I never went more than 6 weeks, unless there's the typical, baby waiting, which can be more than 6 weeks.
Yeah, but you're saying 6 weeks because that's generally the amount of time that until you get the go ahead after you have a baby.
Yeah, so it's like even outside of having a baby, I don't think I ever went more than 6 weeks without having sex.
Okay.
And then obviously in our relationship, until you came out as asexual, never had gone 6 weeks. I think 4 weeks, maybe.
I don't even know if it hit 4. I think it was in the 3-week range.
Yeah. So and my comment to this person was, I am more happier. I'm much more gooder. I'm a lot more happier now, even with no sex for 15 months, than I ever was before with having sex every, no longer than 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, and why do you think that is?
Well, and we've talked about this early on in the episodes where even when you and I first got together, there was frustrations when it was 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so
I know. Yeah, and here we are. Wow.
it's been a little bit. And you're like, no, it hasn't. So I think the difference though is, and this is what it keeps coming down to, is my fully accepting you for who you are and understanding that it's not a me problem. And I've also said this, where if you were phrasexual, for instance, it would possibly be more difficult for me to wrap my head around.
Even if I wasn't having sex with anybody else?
Well, I think that, if you weren't, possibly no, but if you were,
Okay,
like,
wait.
if you're
What's
like, I
wrong?
want to have sex with this person and this person and this person.
Right. That's not, so even if I wasn't acting on it, but you knew I didn't sexually desire you, but I sexually desired so many other people, even though I'm not acting on it physically, do you think that would still be as hard? Or do you think it'd be okay?
I would hope that I can get to a place, and this is what I talked to this person about. I said, it really just comes down to ego.
Mm-hmm.
Because my ego is telling me that my wife should be sexually attracted to me.
Yeah.
If you're not sexually attracted to me, but you're also telling me you're not sexually attracted to anyone else, then why do I care if you're not sexually attracted to me?
Okay, but couldn't we say...
So if you were sexually attracted to everybody but me...
Yeah.
Then that would be my ego still.
Okay, right. So let's say it like this. Even if I was sexually attracted to many other people, I'm still attracted to you in so many other ways that I'm not attracted to everybody else.
Yep.
So it's still kind of the same thing, that damn ego. And you know what? Ego is really important, actually, in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But in this way, it gets in the way really bad.
Yeah. So, from it all, I would say don't let your ego keep you from growing. And I don't have a book to recommend about, ego death or getting over your ego or not letting your ego win. I don't really have that. I didn't read anything. It's just something that I managed to allow in my life.
But is it because logically you're like, this needs to happen, and then you logically made the choice because you're very logical?
Well, it just comes down to, if I'm wanting to stay and I'm wanting to be in this relationship, then why am I going to let my ego destroy my happiness?
Yeah.
And it's not your fault. You didn't do anything. You're just asexual.
I'm just asexual. So going back to the aha of this is why it feels so unnatural to me, how did that make you feel when I figured that out? Because I remember being in therapy and I could not wait to tell you, oh my gosh, we had this huge aha moment, and it's because I feel nothing. Does that do you remember if it hurt, or do you remember what were your feelings, or what are your feelings now about it?
It's I think it's different because there's not the extreme part for me with it. And so,
But it doesn't feel that way.
but I mean the
When sex is happening with you, you seem very intense.
well, I mean I enjoy it, but what I'm saying is, could I have sex with someone if I was single? I don't think I would be the type of person who would only have sex if I was really feeling it. Like if someone was like,
You think you'd be the type of person to have one night stands?
I don't know if I'd have one night stands, but I would have more, I'd probably be a bit more casual than, well, I'm not going to unless we're in a relationship.
Okay.
But even when we were having sex, it was not like this extreme thing, meaning like light the candles, put out the flowers, put on, romantic music, turn the lights down low, like make it a setting every single time where I'm like, this is going to be the best food you've ever had, kind of a date.
Well, no, but
And so what I'm getting at is, for you, it's extreme because it is such an alien thing. And so if you're not feeling it at a level 8 like you do with other things, then what motivation is there for you to want to participate in it, right? And for me, I don't look at it like needing to be a level 8 excitement thing. Like I'm not a level 8 to go to work tomorrow, but I'm going to go to work tomorrow because that's what pays our bills and that's what.
well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, but I can still go to work and enjoy it to a degree. I'm never going to go to work and be miserable. I've done that before, right? So if I'm not feeling it to at least a level where I am content and happier where I'm at than anywhere than a different place, then I'm going to go and continue to put in my best effort to be a good employee, right? But when it comes to sex, I'm not like, sorry, babe, I'm only feeling at about a 3 right now, so I don't want to have sex with you.
No, you'd have sex at a level 2.
A level half.
A level half? A level 0.5?
I'd be like, sure, let's do it.
See, that feels crazy to me, but it's because I don't understand and don't relate to it. I feel negative about it. I don't even feel it a half. I feel
well, and
negative.
that's why we talk about the certain times where you can is because it doesn't feel like sex.
No, it doesn't feel like sex at all.
And so then it's not this extreme thing. It's more of a connecting type situation.
It feels like a level 20 connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think that makes sense for what substance we're talking about using.
Hypothetically.
But also that's another interesting thing, because going through IVF, I wasn't able to partake in that. Then being pregnant of course not. And now nursing, not able to. So
it might be 2 years after the fact.
Exactly, right. And how has that sat with you?
It's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. Do you feel like your relationship with yourself has grown over the last year of not having sex?
I think it really just comes down to having a better understanding and a healthy outlook, generally speaking, about just myself, about our relationship, about expectations.
Yeah.
So all of it has been I've been masturbating since I was 6. It's not anything new. So it's not like I've had any like major groundbreaking revelations about masturbation.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of women probably end up because, shame and other things and whatever, and discovering their body or not wanting to. And then I feel like possibly, and this could be totally wrong, and maybe I'm just viewing it from like a fundamental Christian, Mormonism outlook where I feel like a lot of women don't really understand their bodies until later in life. I mean, you were 29, right?
When what?
When you even masturbated for the first time.
No. I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah, mid-20s. So
somewhere mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just totally terrified of any of it. Well, I didn't even think about it really. And then one day I was like, huh. Okay. But you know what?
Take the asexuality aside. I think that's a very common thing within religion.
Within fundamental religions, yes. Within extreme
Christianity, generally speaking, I'd say.
Yeah. I think if you're deep into your religion and that kind of thing is being taught, then yes, I do think it's pretty common for women and sometimes men to be quite late at doing anything like that. But I remember though, even in my mid to late 20s when I did do that for the first time, I felt like it was like really a big secret.
Yeah.
Like, do not let anybody know. This did not happen.
And that's all. So all of that sidetrack, I think, to say that I haven't had any big aha moments just of myself other than ego and just not letting something like that control my happiness.
Yeah. Do you feel, because people talk about the energy you're not using worrying about having sex, maybe starts to be put into other things. Do you think that that's happened at all for you?
I don't think so.
What are the pros to you not having sex, Skylar?
I don't know that there's a big energy shift of worrying, because I don't know. It's not like it took up a lot of like mental space.
It seems like it did.
It's just more so like, hey, it would be fun to do this, and we're together in a monogamous relationship, so that would be great.
But
I like doing this with you.
Before Asexuality and Me, that sounds like a book. Like,
but it didn't ruin my day. It's not like I sat at work all day being like, I haven't had sex for 3 weeks.
Yes, but don't you think people do that?
I can't speak for other people.
I know you can't.
I know that we've had people say like, oh, if it goes longer than this, then I get like physically angry. And I'm like, well, there might be some other issues that you should probably address and therapize. But it's not like all of a sudden I'm like, I've got 2 hours out of my day back. What am I going to do with myself?
2 hours. 2 hours?
Of thinking about it. Sitting there going, I can't do anything else because I just am thinking about sex.
Great. Yes. The mental load.
Yeah, no, I don't.
2 hours.
I don't think that there's. Hey, I've gone 2 hours before.
All right.
I think that, there hasn't been any major aha moments when it comes to masturbation or sex for that matter. I don't think.
Yeah. Do you think the biggest question that we get, because I feel like this is the biggest question, allosexual partners reaching out and saying, what did you do? Teach me how you did it. How did you get over it? What do I need to do? Give me the exact steps.
Yeah. And I feel bad because it's not like they're like, did you read a book? Do you have a book to suggest? Do you have this or that? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
You are writing a book though.
I think it's a matter of like figuring it out for yourself and learning, but I don't know, because I look back at obviously the last 18 years and I was never angry, but I certainly was frustrated over the 18 years for, it being, multiple days or weeks of not having it just because.
Multiple days.
Well, I'm just.
And now you're at over a year.
It's been 84. And
does it feel like it's been 84 years?
No.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy that it feels like it's been a week to me. How long does it feel to you? Does it feel like it's been just over a year? Does it feel longer than that?
I don't think it feels like it's been 15 months, but I couldn't tell you how long it's felt.
Do you remember how to do it?
You know, I think I'll look on the internet beforehand next time. I'll just be like, how to sex.
Wiki. How to sex. Oh.
No, but I think there's, after a certain length of time, it probably just feels the same.
You think it feels normal?
But I don't feel any negativity towards it being that long. And when it
That's good.
and when it does come to, you know, the substance and you not breastfeeding and all that, we've talked about this. It's not like I'm going to hound you and be like, "Okay, babe's no longer eating breast milk. Like, mark it on a calendar, pick a date." It's not going to be like that.
That wouldn't go over well.
No.
So with all of that being said, you had so many people that said, "Oh, you're new. You just wait till it's been X amount of years."
I
Do
think
you
someone's
think that
I
you're
think one
going
time
to-
someone said 5 years.
5 years?
But I don't know, you know, I don't know that that'll ever happen because with the substance and stuff like that, it may be something where it's like you enjoy doing it, so it might be something that you want to do a couple times a year. But I don't, so it's weird to say like, oh, it could be 5 years. I don't know if it could be 5 years. It could.
Are you prepared for it to be 5 years though?
I'm ready for the rest of my life.
You're prepared to be celibate the rest of your life.
I mean, I'm mid-40s. I don't have that much longer.
Oh, shut up. That's not great when we're sitting right next to our newborn here.
She'll be fine.
Great.
No, I mean, it's weird to be like, oh, I could go 45 years without having sex again. But I don't think that's a realistic number.
No?
I think it'd be more like 30 years.
Oh, you're talking more because you're going to die.
No, because I ain't going to be banging at when I'm 90.
You're saying at a certain point, you're not going to give a fuck anyway.
Oh, but I get stopped
Wait,
work.
do we swear on this podcast?
Yeah. I'll be like,
Oops.
I get stopped working 15 years ago.
You'll have to let me know when that happens.
Yeah, I don't. No,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about any of that because it's not.
You've just had so many naysayers. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
it's not
bringing
even
it
a thing where it's like I take it day by day. No, it's not. I don't really think about it in that way of like, oh, I can't wait until we can again, or I wonder when the next time will be. I don't be. It just comes down to what's the point of that? That's just going to make you miserable.
I just think it's really ironic that one of the last things I said was, so we don't have a sexless marriage.
Yeah.
And we do. And that's we're going on a lot of side quests, everybody. It's been 6 months.
Yeah, and this
Sorry.
this is episode 32. You should be used to it by now.
Yeah, it's true. It's been really interesting over the last year from doing IVF and then being pregnant. There's been a lot of medical appointments, obviously, especially since I'm advanced maternal age, blah, blah, blah. And when people ask about, or they say, oh, you can't be having sex right now because of these medications.
You're like, perfect.
Or whatever. And they kind of chuckle.
She's
and
like, twist my arm.
I know, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, do I bring it up or not? And every time I have ever said, oh, we have a sexless marriage, the look, they don't know what to do. They don't know if they should laugh. They don't know if they should say like, sorry. I don't even know. And it did get brought up recently because of talking about birth control and, you know, after having the baby, because you can get pregnant really easily. Well, my tubes are removed completely, so I literally can't. But they don't remember that sometimes. So then they get their own little side quest of us joking about how we have a sexless marriage.
You're like, well, I don't have tubes, but also we don't have sex.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, wait, what?
Exactly. It's always interesting. And honestly, after knowing this for 2.5 years about myself now, it still is a little baffling that people don't know what asexuality is to me. I really dislike that. I want as much visibility as possible.
Yeah.
So here we are, still recording episodes, even though they're few and far between right now.
So did we answer everything?
I think so. We went on several side quests, but I'm happy for it because I think we talked through some things.
Yeah, so I think it comes down to is just if you constantly think about the lack of sex as an allosexual, then you're just gonna be miserable.
Well, that's what your life is going to be centered around if you continue to think about that.
And so I think it just comes down to really strengthening the other forms of intimacy that we can, and me wanting to just be a really great partner to you and build our relationship as good as we can have it.
Yeah. Speaking of other forms of intimacy, here's another side quest. Since we've had Indy, the baby, our intimacy has changed, right? We can't as easily lay here naked and cuddle like we were because there's typically a baby in between us.
Yeah.
And if
And this is not a public, thing about co-sleeping. She just goes to bed before us, and so she'll typically fall asleep on the bed, and then we move her into her crib.
Right.
But because she's laying there while we're winding down,
yeah,
we're not,
that's where we typically
cuddled.
would be doing cuddling and typically not having many clothes on. And that's just kind of odd, to be honest, with the baby in between you to try to attempt to do that. So has that been weird for you? Has that been hard in the last 2.5 months?
I think there's been...
I'm asking you this for the first time live recording.
I think there's been a couple aspects. Number one, there's the first while of you recovering from a cesarean section.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, your nipples being tender from learning how to breastfeed again.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
holy shit, that is a next level type of pain.
And then obviously the baby. I think that, and this might not, I wonder how this will apply to you down the road, because of the asexuality and because of there not being any sexual compliance or getting behaviors. A lot of moms get quote unquote touched out.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how that'll feel.
You mean if I'm being touched out because of small child?
Yeah, because of Indy. Because
I don't know if that really flares up unless you have a partner who's pushing to touch you a lot.
And so lately, though, I'm like, I don't know how graphic or not graphic to be, but it's like, this is our podcast. Like, you should know us by now. But like, me touching your nipples now, you've not said like, don't do that because of sensitivity or anything. So I feel like was at a good place to where there was enough time to where I could get back into like your full body rubs where it wasn't like going to cause sensitivity issues, etc.
Yeah. Well, you might get a little milk on your finger.
Whatever, I don't care.
But yeah, and I have noticed that in the last, couple weeks that it's kicked up again in that sense, and it hasn't been a bad thing. It's not been a negative thing. I just wondered if that has been difficult for you because that was a change in that way.
I mean, I would like to get back to more of that.
Yeah.
Just generally not because it's like, oh, well, that form is better than any other form. I just don't want our dynamic to change because we have a baby.
You don't see a reason why it would need to change because we have a baby.
No.
Unless she's literally physically in between us.
I'm just going to yeet her.
And she is actually between us right now.
I know. She's just asleep listening to mom and dad talk about sex.
It's true. Oh.
She is going, it'll be wild to see how she grows up, like her first words, etc. She's going to just probably have a potty mouth, let's be honest.
Probably, especially because she has so many big siblings.
Yeah, she's going to be this little barefoot hippie child that just runs around.
Saying the F word?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, so now that we've talked.
We're 45 minutes in.
Oopsie. Oops. I am not going to sit here and say that we're going to touch on the other things on the next episode. No, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how easy that's going to be. I definitely don't want it to be 6 months. I miss being on here and talking through these things with you.
Yeah.
So that was the first aha. The second aha that happened in the same session had to do with my feelings around Skylar going down on me.
So we will say it has not been 15 months of nothing sexual, but I don't know when that stuff happened.
I don't know either.
Maybe
It was like a very distant memory.
June?
I don't know. Don't look
Maybe
at me.
I don't know. So there has been times where it's like, hey.
There's been, I think, twice.
Yeah, it's like, if you want me to go down on you, like if that's something that would be fun or less scary or less extreme, you say the word and I will go and do.
Oh, okay. Okay. We don't need to. Whoa.
Only the Mormons will understand that.
Ew. I wasn't even thinking of that reference. Yuck. Anyway, yeah. So I couldn't get past these feelings of that's not fair. That's not fair. And so in that same therapy session.
Because even if I was doing that, it has been probably 15 months since you've purposely touched my penis, if not longer.
Purposely?
No, I would say that
Purposely?
It was probably August.
I touched your penis in August?
A year ago, August.
Oh.
So it's been about 17 months.
Okay. Purposely.
since you purposely touched my penis.
Oh, I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Anyway, so
since the last journey,
we started unpacking things in this session, right? And I figured out why I feel super uneasy during sex. But I also figured out that along with feeling really passionate about things in life in general, I feel very, very, very strongly about justice and equality and being fair. It applies to almost everything in my life.
You sound like a feminist. I'm just kidding.
It's just my personality type. I'm an Enneagram 8, if anybody knows about that. I think that says it all, actually. I'm also an Aries. I think it plays into that as well, if you're into that. And so it was just this moment of, well, duh, if I apply that issue with things not being fair and equal in all the other parts of my life that I care about, then of course I'm going to feel strongly about that in this situation. And it really feels unfair for Skylar to be doing that, and I'm not reciprocating it in any way. But he doesn't look at it that way.
I'm like, let it be unfair then.
Yeah, he's like, feels fair to me. I'm getting a lot out of this, actually.
Well, and my argument was, if that's something that I enjoy doing, like it's not something that I'm doing out of a reciprocation. It's like, well, I went down on you, so you have to go down on me, even though you don't like to.
Yeah, but how many people feel that way?
I have no idea.
So many people feel that way. Come on.
I just like doing that. And so for me, if I can do that, then let me do that. If it's not a big deal to you, if it's not a thing that you're going to have to think about it for 3 days and say, can I, but it's something that you would enjoy and it doesn't feel like sex because it's just a mechanical, like essentially masturbation, then great.
You know what is interesting though is that's happened twice, I think.
Yeah.
it's also just not something that I am like
Yeah.
thinking about. I just don't think about it.
Yeah. And that's fair.
So, yeah, it's just an interesting thing.
Well, and there was things happening when that even happened anyway. So the reason why you were thinking about it was because it was being brought up.
Yeah, I was like trying to explore different routes with that and seeing how that felt.
So it's not something that's being brought up, and it wouldn't be brought up because I'm not going to bring it up.
It's not something that's naturally just in my brain, you know. So all of that to say, with both of those ahas, I think it's really smart to look at how you approach life in different areas of your life. And I think that there can be some good correlation with those bigger parts of your life and maybe the way that you're responding to sex. And that's what it came down to for me. And, you know, I look back and I'm like, duh. On both of those things, it seems like, how did I not see that? But I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it was very annoying. And I hope that someday, I can figure out why it feels violating. Maybe it's in the same family if it just feels unnatural. So if it feels unnatural, maybe that's why it feels violating. I don't know. What do you think? Why do you think it would feel violating?
You know, I'm trying to think of it as a standpoint of like, you know, if I, who am not homosexual and I'm not bisexual, is
that even the right way to say that still? Is saying homosexual offensive?
No, I don't think so. It's a very scientific term.
Okay.
If I'm not gay and I'm not queer, I'm not bi, I'm not whatever word you want to use, would I feel it being unnatural? I will say that I have experimented, and I've kissed, you know, a bunch of guys. But even though I've kissed a bunch of guys, it's not like I have a desire to make out with guys, if that makes sense. Like it's not a natural thing. Like it would be.
Do you think? Okay, actually, here's a good thing to think about. You don't have a sexual attraction to men, correct?
That is correct.
Right. If you were really close to a guy, like good friends with him, you had so much trust, like best friends with them.
Yep.
And then they thought it would be interesting to stick it in you. Okay. Would that feel violating to you?
Consensually, not just
right.
It's not that.
Do you think it would feel violating because you don't want?
Well, and this is where I was going with it all: is that it would feel unnatural. And it doesn't feel unnatural because I'm like, you know, against homosexuality or against guys doing whatever they want. It feels unnatural
for you personally.
Because it's not something that I have desire for.
Right. But you don't think that it would feel violating?
Like, I like making out with women.
I'm like, in general?
But I don't think I would enjoy making out with guys.
Right.
Because I think, and we've talked about this, where like for me, making out is a possibility for further stuff, and I wouldn't want further stuff with guys, but it's like I would be okay with that.
I was trying to use a pretty extreme example because I knew that making out with a dude, you're not going to feel much from it at all, but I don't think that would make you feel violated.
Well, and I want it to just come off more of like, why would that be unnatural? Well, because I'm not bisexual. I'm not bi-curious. I kiss guys because I think it's fun to kiss guys for the fun of it.
Well, you think it's fun to break taboos.
Yeah, to break taboos. And the taboos I've had of my own, not homophobia, but like me just not understanding how, like on TV and stuff, a guy can play a specific character and make out with another guy if he's not bi or gay. And so that was just something that I needed to break through myself and be like, oh, well.
And then once you broke through, you were like, whoa, that's pretty crazy to have that breakthrough.
Yeah. But even then, it hasn't changed my desire to kiss guys. Like, it's not like I am like, yeah, I totally want to make out with a dude.
No, you just like pushing the narrative a bit.
So I
and
can
taboos.
understand. I guess I can understand the non-natural feeling of that desire or not having that desire and how that would feel unnatural.
Yeah, but do you feel more neutral? Okay, I know it doesn't feel very natural, but you feel
I'm not neutral
to it.
because I still wouldn't want to make out with a guy. Like it's just something that I don't think about doing
Okay.
whatsoever.
So you feel neutral with a quick kiss.
Yeah.
But making out, that's a different thing. That
Yeah,
is
like
unnatural for
once
you.
tongues and stuff start getting involved, it becomes a bit more of a shock to me.
Okay. Interesting.
Because I'm like, oh, that was a tongue. Don't know about that.
Yeah, but according to you, a tongue's a tongue, baby.
No, I like women's tongues in my mouth. I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like guys' tongues in my mouth, I guess.
All right, for you.
So yeah, so it is interesting to have that understanding, and I think that's where we talk about, like on episode 6 in the workbook, is understanding your own sexuality. I know very well my sexuality.
Yeah.
And it's because I've done things with both sexes, and I understand where one is a desire and one's a neutral and one's no desire.
Yeah. My dad still doesn't understand asexuality. I have tried explaining in so many different ways, and he still just is like, I just don't get it.
But I want to make sure that people understand that there is no part of me that is like anti. You do whatever you want with who you want. That's consensual.
Yeah.
Like I'm not grossed out by it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have zero negative feelings around it. I just understand my own sexuality, and it's not something that I desire.
Yeah, that's why it's a personal thing. That's
exactly.
You personally, that's how you.
But I don't want people to be like, oh, he's homophobic, or why would he say it's gross or whatever.
No,
it's
you are not homophobic at all.
It's gross to me because it's not my sexuality. It's not gross to me if other people are doing it. I think it's beautiful that you find the person that you connect with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great. Awesome.
So don't come at me, bro.
Okay. So the third thing that we wanted to talk about is something, it's one of the top like 5 things.
I think this would have been your last Acephobia type thing.
Yes.
Aha moment.
Well, where it surfaced in a really hard way. Yeah. I mean, there's little tiny moments where it's like,
And maybe like the door, like the handle jiggles a little bit, and you're like, oh, hey,
right. No, this cracked it open completely, which sucked.
It's a break and entering.
It had been a while, but something happened, and it's probably, like I was saying, one of the top 5 hardest things to work through. And I never would have imagined that it would be that hard, and it still is hard right now working through it. But I guess it's been 3 months now, or almost 3 months, right?
Yeah. It was a little bit before,
almost 3 months ago, I got laid off from my job. And that happens, right? People get laid off. There was a dozen of us, just about, or around that got laid off. And it was very shocking. A lot of senior people at this company got laid off. And it was 4 weeks before I was going to have the baby.
Well, and it was also out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere. I had no idea that it was going to happen. Nothing was mentioned in any way.
There was a 1-hour warning.
Yeah, there was a 1-hour warning, and then I got a message. There was a 1-hour warning that there was going to be an important meeting happening where there would be an announcement that would affect everybody. And an hour later, I got the email that I got that said that I would be laid off effective immediately.
And then I got a phone call, I think, from you.
I called you right after the meeting ended saying that we were going to get emails if we were going to stay or go. And I think I got the email as I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
And I was in so much shock.
You were like, I'm gone. I'm gone.
They let me go. They laid me off. And it's really hard because I know that people get laid off. And in general, it is a very, very hard thing to go through to get laid off. I think that with me getting laid off from this particular company, it was so deep because I have used this product for over 10 years. This product helped me get out of postpartum depression with my last pregnancy 10 years ago. And
It was your dream job.
it was my dream job. It was the dream. It was a dream job because I just believe in what they're doing so much. The blind loyalty was so, so deep. And I worked there for just over 6 years. And I really honestly was eating, sleeping, and breathing this app that I worked for. And this app that I worked for was all about connecting with people. And so all of a sudden, I'm having a baby in 4 weeks, and I felt so betrayed, and I didn't want to use this app any longer to communicate because it hurt. It really hurt. And then the realization of my worth came into play. And it's something that I hadn't even realized was so heavy. And that is the fact that, okay, I may not have sex. We may have a sexless marriage and I may not be sexually attracted to you, but at least I'm contributing in a financial way. And I know that sounds terrible, but it's the truth. I had put so much worth into my working.
And a significant financial way, like equally.
Yes, I brought in half of our household income. And obviously we have a shit ton of kids, and that income was incredibly important.
And we just decided to do IVF and pay a bunch of money to do IVF and have the baby.
Just all sorts of decisions we made because we thought the stability was there. So I was dealing with about to be having a baby. I was dealing with all these financial choices that we have made in the last year that we felt comfortable making. And I was dealing with the betrayal of something that I used every single day, multiple hours a day. And then I was also having to work through the fact that I felt worthless because now I don't even contribute in this way. And it shocked me. It came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa, I have some really aphobic feelings going on right now. And this is really unpleasant. All of a sudden I got really insecure. Like, what do I even bring to the table? I don't have anything to offer you. And it sucks to have built so much worth into a job. We are so much more than that. And I'm still working through those feelings. It only happened just around 3 months ago, and I still think about it every single day. I still tell Skylar every single day almost, I can't believe that they laid me off. I can't believe this. I just don't understand. Lots of crying. And now all of a sudden I am a stay-at-home mom. And it's been a really long time since I was a stay-at-home mom. And I want to try to... I don't want to dog on my ex-husband, really. But I don't feel like I was valued or appreciated for the stay-at-home mom things that I did in my previous marriage. And so all of a sudden, I had this feeling of it's worthless. It doesn't even matter how good of a job I do being home and taking care of household things during the day. It's worth nothing because I'm not used to being praised for it in any way anyway. So it's just interesting how things surface when you think you are good to go. And I really did. I'm like, I am so great. I accept myself so much. No, it will still come back to bite you in really interesting moments. What was that like for you, Skylar, to hear me being like, just crying and saying, I have nothing to offer?
Obviously I was like, that's ridiculous. And I even said, like, all the decisions that we've made have been because of a partnership, and any decisions that we make moving forward will be based on a partnership. This isn't a thing where I'm the one who's making all the money, so I make the decisions, and you need to get a job and need to figure that out, because why should I have to carry all the burden now? It's never been anything like that.
Yeah. I feel this.
Although we are going to be having a employee review one-on-one for your household tasks.
You're so dumb.
Coming up.
Oh, I forgot to say also, I felt really strong about returning back to work after my maternity leave was done, because I know my job. I knew my job like the back of my hand. And so having a newborn and getting back to work felt like it was going to be totally easy and fine. But that's not the case now. And I am in a very vulnerable situation where I can't just go out and get any job. I have a new baby that I am taking care of round the clock, and I can't just go out and get any old job. It doesn't work that way. So, and this is going to sound harsh, but I can't tell you the amount of times I told Skylar, I don't have to be with you. I could leave. I could support myself just fine.
And now I'm like, no, you can't.
Yeah, right.
You're stuck with me forever.
And so there is this scared feeling, even though it's not like found on anything. There's no reason for it. But when you've had a mother that's been married 6 times,
maybe 7.
It might be 7. I would say sorry, Mom, but I'm not sorry. You have lots of things that go through your head of wanting to be able to take care of yourself and be hyper independent. So it feels very strange to be back in this place of vulnerability. And I have no idea what this looks like moving forward. So we'll see. I have some fun ideas, but that doesn't mean, I don't know.
So if you would like to help us have our kids have Christmas, you can make a donation to the Buy Me a Coffee. I'm just kidding.
Skylar! Oh my gosh, he is joking. Please do not take him serious at all.
Yeah.
This is about asexuality, you... Gosh.
No.
Oh, I think my anxiety level just went up by 100.
We're doing fine. No need to donate unless you feel like donating because of the podcast itself.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're getting through it, but it has been very difficult to grapple with. I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
So yeah. Your worth is...
Now you're just thinking about hopefully we don't get any donations.
Oh my gosh.
It's so bad.
Oh my God.
That's going to be hilarious.
No, it's not. I guess this is just a note to everybody here that has struggling moments with their worth. It's totally normal. Just watch out for putting all your worth in different baskets like that.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be good. I have learned so much from being laid off. Oh boy, have I learned so much from it. So that's the other big thing that's happened. And it's still hard, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it.
Every day's a new day.
Is that a song?
No.
Oh, I feel like it is. No.
Well, you're thinking of the band POD.
I don't think I am.
You don't know it, but it's like
I'm thinking of the band, but I don't know it.
Well, there is a song.
Okay.
It's like, I'm thankful for every breath I take. I won't take it for granted. Take it for granted. It's a POD song. Every day is a new day.
Oh.
I'm thankful for every breath I take.
All right. Okay.
There you go, all you POD fans.
Yeah. Right about that. Oh, anyway. Okay. Well, I think that's all we have for you for now.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that we sat here and talked through all of this with all of our listeners. And please, please, please reach out. If we haven't responded, know that we're not just ignoring you. It just takes us some time sometimes.
Yeah, we're on indie time now.
Yes, we're definitely on baby time. And that's that. Any closing thoughts?
Well, we never said how people can reach out. I don't know the phone number, so just listen to another episode. But
oh my gosh, you should pull it up and find it.
But you can email us at aloeandacepodcast@gmail.com
and ask for the phone number.
Sure.
I can't believe you're not going to look it up.
I'm so lazy right now.
Oh my gosh. Please reach out.
I don't even know. I'm sure I could. If you're still with us, that's great. No, I'm not even going to try. The clock on this computer says it's 8 a.m. on August 28th. So I can't even get on the internet if I wanted to.
I don't know why it says that.
Because it's been turned off for that long.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
So
okay.
yeah, so it would, yeah, anyway.
Please reach out. Reach out over Instagram, reach out over TikTok, reach out over the email. If you do go back and listen and find the number, please text us. Send us a voicemail or a bunch. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you later.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.